Hey, good morning, everybody. Good Friday morning. Yes, indeed. It is the 9th day of August, and we're glad you're out there tuned in to this, the two best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Thank you for tuning in or streaming in, whichever way you have arrived. Thank you. We appreciate you being out there, and what's more, we invite you to be on our show. So you just simply do that by calling 601-9...
Whoa!
Yeah, 601-485-9191. There you go.
1-900-WATCH-IT.
I'm Roger B. That's the voice of Rob Atkinson.
Good morning, folks. Happy Friday.
It is a good Friday. It's wonderful.
Yes.
So, it's just a fun day.
Yep.
One of the things, let's see, coming off there was a concert last night out downtown. So
Nikki Lane.
Yeah, Nikki Lane ran into a couple of our listeners there, but one who was kind of outstanding.
Oh.
Partly because he was riding a big old yellow motorcycle.
Oh.
And he did have a lady on back who was sympathetic enough to go out with him.
Who's this?
Gas Passer.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Gas Passer was there.
Nice.
Yeah. Terry was there, and of course, in case that's private information. Sorry, Terry.
Well, that's what happens when you see somebody. You got to talk about it.
It's out there now, but had a lovely lady with him, and of course, they had it was date night, right?
Yeah.
So, oh, wait a minute, the phone is already. wait.
Shut up, Roger.
Wait a minute, what's going on here? Oh. he said just couldn't wait. No, I could. Well, I'm just kind of reporting what happened yesterday. So, that was part of it. Anyway, I told him quit blowing up my phone during the show and just call in.
That's right.
But anyhow, saw him, and there's a lot of people that were able to get out there and enjoy my friend Joe Mercado, who's retired from Lockheed and General Dynamics and these other places where they built airplanes, and he and his lovely wife Sylvia were there. So it was good to see them. A lot of people out there.
Very good.
Kind of an interesting show. The first time I've seen the artist of the stage go up into the actual box suite. I mean, the upper one, the top one, where there were some girls up there enjoying the show. So she went up there and had her thing. It was just kind of crazy.
Nice.
While one of her band members sang a Tom Petty song. It was.
Good on her.
There you go.
And she's going to be with Bridgestone Arena tonight with Chris Stapleton, which is kind of unique.
Mentioned that.
Yeah.
She's got an opportunity. Her and her band are going to open a couple of nights for Chris Stapleton, and so
it's pretty good.
That's going to be big.
Big name right there. So good stuff.
I guess we got her at the right time.
Yeah. Very good. Well,
as I told Cash Matlock, I saw him there last night.
Cash.
I said, Cash, we get him either on the way up or the way down. That's how we get him in Meridian.
That's usually what happens. Take what you can get.
They're not coming to the Riley Center when they're at the peak of their game. For example, for security reasons, we were going to get Taylor Swift, but for security reasons, we decided not to.
Oh gosh, get me started on that.
What? Did I just poke a little? Did I poke the bear? Did I pick the scab?
So much going on in this world, and it's the Swifties.
I don't know. It's that Vienna concert being canceled. First of all, some good intelligence going on over there in Vienna to detect this ISIS. Wait a minute. I thought they were defeated anyway.
Oh, you mean ISIS is still out there? I thought they were gone. Oh, no, they're not. No.
I like the way Brian Kilmeade put it. Well, no, they're training down at terrorist university in Afghanistan.
I love Kilmeade.
Yeah, so anyhow.
It's amazing how they were on the run in a previous administration, and now they are back at the forefront. So.
Yeah, so, but boy, yeah, it's bad when you're in the world and it's gotten that bad where, hey, people literally traveling to Europe to see her, and the concert gets canceled.
Isn't it amazing that we wrap your mind around that for just a second, like a terrorist threat to a concert?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've heard President Trump talk about all the people that are flooding in across the border, and you've heard Sean Hannity say this a bunch of times. I would not be surprised at another 9/11 type attack here in the States, these outdoor public events, concerts, football games, whatever it might be, there are so many just unique opportunities for these terrorists. If they want to strike, they can. And boy, security better be at an all-time high. But then again, we couldn't even protect a former president at a rally with this body cam footage that's coming out now, and boy, they look even worse now than they were already. So
it's it's too bad he can't be our president. But I really decided who I'd like to have as president of the United States.
Who's that?
Bibi Netanyahu.
Oh yeah, don't mess with Bibi.
Because he is he's I'm not saying he's walking a political tightrope with other world leaders. He's basically signaling to the world that, yes, I need your help, but at the same time, this whole battle with, first of all, there's one thing that you need to understand about those who do the pro-Palestinian protest. The nation of Israel was attacked by surrogates of Iran. I guess Hezbollah and Hamas, and there are still hostages, by the way.
Sure.
But he's doing this on his terms. He's like, okay, look, you came to my house,
yeah,
and now don't tell me how to finish this game.
Right.
So I mean, that's the kind of person, and I to be totally frank with you, I feel like that's probably what we do get with Donald Trump when we get to a situation here. Should we get to a situation in the United States that's similar to that?
I mean, I know Netanyahu when he came and did the joint session of Congress speech a couple of weeks back. I know he thanks President Biden, he thanks America for their support, but man, how does he feel about Barack Obama? The pallets of cash that went to Iran that one time to continue to because they should be bankrupt. That should be a country that they were on their way to being bankrupt and being done, and now they are being funneled him with cash from,
probably a lot of their money came from the oil they've been able to sell since the embargo was lifted.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that pallet of cash went into the pockets of corrupt leaders. That all kind of just vaporized. But the real money for the nation has come through their oil sales. By the way, what would happen if we went all electric there, Ron?
Oof.
But the point is, you have to sympathize with somebody whose nation is brutally attacked, and let's remember that's exactly what October 7th was. It was a brutal attack on a sovereign nation.
Yeah,
and who happened to be for many years an ally, and I think that is the significance of the relationship of Israel to America, not a religious relationship. It's the political ally relationship that you have that presence in the Middle East. So your allies attacked, and then you kind of backpedal how you're going to sit there on the world stage and try to coach them and say, oh, here, play it cool. Benjamin Netanyahu, who has been, this is not his first rodeo, he sees the level that he was attacked, and he's going to continue this. His resolve and his country's resolve is to see this through on their terms.
Well, this is the one issue going into America's political season with this presidential race. You see Harris basically trying to rewrite her record on the campaign trail, but this is one part of the record that is going to be super hard to rewrite, is this whole deal with Israel and Iran and Hamas. She's gone on record. I mean, let's just go back to whenever we had Benjamin Netanyahu here in the States, and he spoke to not the complete joint session of Congress, because we had a lot of Democrats that boycotted the speech, and that's their right to do that. But the statement that she made after our flag was burnt and all the protesters, it was just a simple, just 3 or 4 lines on social media, and that's about all we have. But yet her political opposition, Donald Trump, gets in front of a microphone and denounces this and just goes on and on and on and on about it. And all we get is a simple little 1 or 2 lines about what's going on. And, of course, go back in her record. It's a social media footprint on X, TikTok, and everywhere else where she is been against Israel. You know, I mean, it's out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard to find this stuff. So, and a lot of more of her far left political, or excuse me, her progressive partners there on the left side. I mean, you have one of them sitting up in the gallery that day holding up signs at Bibi Netanyahu, calling him a war criminal and everything else. And I'm like, that's your right to do that because you're here in the U.S.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's exactly right.
But that is a part of the extension of Kamala Harris and this ticket that's running for the White House here in 2024.
So in a way, Bibi Netanyahu might be influential on who is our president.
You know, I mean, if you're a Jewish American right now, boy, you are, and I know traditionally that has been a Democratic voting bloc historically, but boy, you've really got to look yourself squarely in the mirror right now and be like, you know what? The candidate on the Democratic side, do they have my best interest in mind?
Well, I don't think Jerry Siller's son gets it.
No, he does not.
Anyway,
Does not.
That's that. And, you know, and you know, there's a lot of Hebrew influence in Hollywood, and so
Sure.
look at what you're dealing with here.
I know.
What a mess in political and idealistic philosophies.
All I know is I'm voting with my stomach.
You know,
According to Donald Trump, I'm voting with my stomach.
I do that every day.
Here you go.
Every day, I decide where I'm gonna go to lunch. I let my stomach tell me where.
I'm going to go vote with my stomach.
That's right. That's right. And so, yeah, thank you, C.D. Smith, for the little lunch at Gene's yesterday. Appreciate it very much. My stomach approved of that message.
There we go.
601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
You take your navel gel with you?
I'm going to vote with my stomach.
How you doing, Mr. Jim?
Do you guys know what a yellow dog Democrat is?
Yeah, that's kind of what the Democrat Party was like, probably, you know. Would that be kind of like the Sonny Montgomery type Democrat?
No, it would be that if a yellow dog ran for an office, Democrat, they'd vote for him.
Oh, okay. Okay, a real yellow dog. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And I'm fascinated by by the people who are descendants of Abraham, who still vote for Democrats, even though they spit in the face of the Promised Land. I don't understand it. I really don't. And well, let me go to Vice President Harris. What is her policy on the border? Economy? Defund police?
Hey, I got some good news for you, though. On day one of her administration,
That's
day
right.
one,
Day one.
she's going to start bringing down prices.
That's right. That's right.
Good luck on that.
And
that's some more of that stuff in that septic tank.
I was glad to hear somebody else on the TV say what we were talking about was like, hey, you've been part of this administration for 3.5 years. You've been in the White House, so don't tell me what you're going to start doing.
And also,
why weren't you already doing it?
Also, let's set the record straight on something. You know, she's bragging about how much she's out there campaigning, and I'm in so many cities a day. Did you know it's the same 17-minute stump speech every single time that she is at a rally? Jesse Waters put the audio up against each other last night. It was two different events yesterday, or actually it was back on Wednesday in Wisconsin and Michigan. It was the same words in both speeches. The only thing she changed was Wisconsin and Michigan. So, I mean, give me a break, because she's reading straight off of a teleprompter every single time.
And the string pullers are going to keep her that way.
Exactly.
And the thing about it is, they're not going to allow her to get before the press. And if the mainstream media wanted to project the truth, they'd show some of these clips of her that are just, I mean, off in left field. And the thing about it is, how can somebody vote for somebody if the economy is a great issue, and she doesn't have a plan for it other than she's going to lower prices, which she's not capable of doing, as any intelligent individual would know.
Exactly.
Now she can change some policies or do this or that, but why has she changed her positions on some policies too? And I guess I really know the answer to that. I mean, it's a political move.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
why is she not out in front answering questions and talking to the general public?
When she was getting about to go on the plane yesterday, she asked maybe 3 or 4 questions, and she was there maybe less than a minute, and it was very just simple, just sentences that they asked her about the debate that her and Trump are going to do on September 10th. But Trump had said at Mar-a-Lago yesterday that he had agreed to 3 debates.
Absolutely.
And but here's the key to that, folks. Remember,
They're playing it one at a time.
but here's what they're doing. The September 10th, the debate that they have both agreed to, early voting will have already gotten underway while that debate happens on the 10th. The one on the 4th, the one that would be on Fox, 2 reasons she won't do that. 1, because it's Fox, and number 2, because early voting in some of these states have not started yet. So it's almost kind of like a Fetterman deal. Whenever he ran for that Senate seat in Pennsylvania, early voting had already been started weeks before that debate had happened. So they're taking a page out of his book when it comes to that as well. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we will see.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting though. To your point though, why do some people? You mentioned, of course, the Jewish vote, but also it was good to see on Fox this morning. There was an interview in Allentown of a lady who's African American, and she's saying, I just started really looking at the platforms and found that the Republican platform was more in line with my values, so I'm making the switch. Mm-hmm. And I think that's indicative. It's been reported that's indicative of what's happening in a lot of minds of people who have voted Democrat in the past. So that might be a good thing.
I certainly hope so, and I'm praying.
Yeah,
please do. Please do. Yes,
you guys have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the phone call. 601-485-9191. Love to hear from you, but I'll tell you who else would love to hear from you. Mm-hmm. The folks up at Doc's Toyota. They are ready to help you into a brand new Toyota.
Absolutely. They got those brand new Camrys, Tacomas, 4Runners, Tundras, you name it, they've got it there a lot. Of course, beautiful dealership right there on Highway 16 West. Hope you got an opportunity to swing by there during maybe the Pearl River Resort. Swing on by and see them there at Highway 16 West. Of course, so you can always check out the entire inventory before you make the trip over at docstoyota.com. They've also got some good used inventory, and it's always important, the wear and tear on that new Toyota. You want to get it serviced and keep it on the road and keep it in good shape. Well, they got a wonderful service department there that's going to be opening up. Actually, they're opening up in just a few moments. They'll be there till 5 o'clock today. Open a few hours on Saturday to get your vehicle serviced as well. And you can also call them ahead of time at 601-600-3786. That is 601-600-3786. And, what do we always say at some dealerships? They've got deals like where you're going to get a little, like a little door prize or a little gift or whatever when you buy a vehicle. But at Doc's Toyota, they're going to save you a lot of money in the process. Good sales staff as well. And, of course, their slogan, we love it. There's no deal like a Doc's deal. That's right.
It's Mornings in Meridian. We appreciate you being out there, and of course, it's a great morning.
Absolutely.
Next segment, we'll be talking about where you can get a nice spaghetti plate for just $10 tomorrow.
Woo!
So we've already got your lunch covered tomorrow.
That's a steal of a deal right there.
So we're going to be talking about that in just a little bit there. So it's a little benefit that our good friend Ricky Nelson will be coming in talking about.
That's right. We'll get him on next segment. So.
Can we do that? Can we put him on next segment?
We can do that.
All right. In the meantime, we want you to write this number down and dial it up because we do want to hear from you, just like when Jimmy called in. 601-485-9191. That puts you on the show here when we come back. So
people vote with their stomachs.
Oh, I do all the time.
Unbelievable.
I know. I'm always excited to see how my stomach's going to vote each lunchtime.
I mean, that may be one of the lines of the campaign so far. People vote with their stomachs.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Well, we know there's a lot of people in this country that certainly don't vote with their head. That's for sure. We'll be right back. Stay with us. that's a good dedication to the mayor of Succolina.
I want to dance with somebody. He'll be doing it tomorrow night.
We had her for a short time, and
Yes,
I
we
tell
did.
you what, that's her birthday. She would have been 61 years old today.
Still, arguably, I don't think there's any argument, best national anthem of all time at the big game.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. We need to play that more. Whitney Houston, born on this day in 1963. So there you have it. Other birthdays include, let's see, actress Melanie Griffith.
Oh.
Hey, 67 years old today. How about that? And of course, here's one for you. Here's one for you.
Boy.
I got to do this one. Here. This is an actor. He turns 80 years old today. Let's see if you recognize who this is.
I'd like you to cut back on red meat.
Pass.
You're also gonna have to cut down on your drinking.
Try again.
What about stress? What do you do to reduce it?
Eat steak and drink whiskey.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. There you go. Happy birthday, Sam. Of course, I always liked his commercial for the beef industry, didn't you?
Beef.
Beef stroganoff. Beef bourguignon.
I like the way he
Irish
says it.
beef stew.
Beef.
Brisket. Chateaubriand. Sauerbraten. Roast beef. Catalonian beef ragu.
Beef ragu.
Mongolian beef.
Mongolian.
Chicken fried steak. Steak Diane. Grilled steaks balsamico. Hamburgers. Sizzling
Balsamico.
beef. Spicy braised beef. Barbecued beef ribs. Beef Wellington. Pepper beef. Beef jerky. Beef with broccoli.
There you go.
Beef burritos. Beef fajitas. Beef tacos.
Sounds like Forrest Gump. You know, there's pepper shrimp, there's butter shrimp. There.
I think my stomach is ready to vote now, Rob.
Exactly.
I've heard the platform. My stomach is ready to vote.
What he did the beef, and then he did Smokey the Bear. You know, those PSAs for only you
can prevent forest fires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's done a lot of stuff. Well, he did the Bush beer.
I guess so. Yeah,
he did
He
that.
made that little sound that like a beer being opened. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bush.
he's done a lot of voiceovers. So
How'd you like him in Tombstone?
don't get me started.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Did he play Virgil? Is that who it was?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Of course, he's in Roadhouse too. So
See, he was in Roadhouse. He was good. I hate that he.
well, don't ruin it for people.
Well,
Well, if you haven't seen it by now, that's on you.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'd like to have written his part a little bit different in Roadhouse.
I know,
But it is what it is.
but Patrick got the revenge in the end.
He did. He certainly did. It's Mornings in Meridian. We want you to know that there are still good neighbors in our community, and one of those is Jeffrey Wilson at State Farm Insurance.
Absolutely. Jeffrey Wilson State Farm, of course, located at 2401 Highway 39 North here in Meridian. Go by and see Jeffrey today, because when you combine your home and auto insurance with Jeffrey Wilson State Farm, you're going to save on average $889. In some cases, it might be a little bit more. So a lot of good insurance options with Jeffrey. And, of course, Jeffrey is embedded in our community, and you really want to work with someone who is hometown, who loves this community. I mean, he's involved in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the Centers for Pregnancy Choices, I mean, the Head Start programs, Boys and Girls Club, the list goes on. And Jeffrey just loves Meridian, Lauderdale County. So give him an opportunity to be your insurance agent. Go by and see him today and have that cup of coffee and talk about those plans at 2401 Highway 39 North in Meridian, or call ahead at 601-483-8253. Like a good neighbor, Jeffrey Wilson State Farm.
All right. You know, I always like those commercials about the Energizer money. You
Yeah.
know, it just keeps going and going and going and going.
Yeah.
I have friends like that.
Yeah.
One of them is Ricky Nelson. And he just keeps going and going and going and going. And he's here in the studio with us today. Ricky, welcome to our show today.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Come on in here, sir. What I see you're all decked out in your what is it? The fleet. No, what's your shirt say? Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah,
Today is Red Friday,
Red Friday.
and that's to honor all the military MI and POWs that are still out for to come home.
You got your red shirt on today.
So, Actually, it's a VFW red shirt. I just grabbed the wrong shirt.
No, that's good. That's all good because you know I know you're here to talk about the Fleet Reserve, but you can be part of the VFW too. That's no problem. That's no problem. But we were telling people that tomorrow they can get a nice spaghetti plate for just $10.
That is correct. And what this is a benefit for a nice young lady, Teresa Stevens. She is, had a stroke and is in pretty bad shape. She's going to be there for a couple hours, if longer if she can.
Oh, I see.
And
so she'll
what
be
she
there tomorrow,
does,
okay.
she used to paint freehand murals, if you pronounce it right. And she painted our whole building. She's painted some in town, some other places.
Yeah.
And we'd like to do a benefit to help her out. And we got a bunch of bands. I started out with 2. Daniel House is going to start at 12 o'clock.
Oh, great.
And then we got the Junkyard Dogs. And then there's some of the other bands found out about it. So after I got the flyer, so I got to buy about 5 or 6 bands. People going to come out and play and stuff. And we will keep serving until the people quit coming. So if they keep coming at 8, 9 o'clock, I'll serve food to 8, 9 o'clock.
Come on.
I believe you would, and that sounds, that kind of sounds good because you go there for lunch and then you could kind of turn around and go there for supper.
That's correct, and you ain't going to get it any cheaper.
No, you can't. What comes with that spaghetti dinner? It says spaghetti. It's not just a plate of spaghetti, is
You're
it?
going to have a salad. You're going to have your toast and everything. So, I mean,
It's going to be a great.
so,
You don't get that anywhere else in town. $10.
And the price is not even that significant because it's for a good cause. It raises
Right.
some money for Stevens.
and also we're going to have some items there to get on. Whatever you call it.
Little silent auction.
Yeah, silent auction. You just come down and put down what you'd bid, pay for this basket or pay for that.
Okay.
And I'm going to try also a 50-50 drawing.
Okay.
You want an autographed picture of Rob Atkinson to
Yeah,
auction off down there?
You get about 2 cents for that.
I'll take one of both of you.
Well, there goes any chance of raising money.
Right.
All right.
But I want to not to take anything from her, but the fleet is starting to grow. Every Thursday we have a pool tournament, double elimination. It starts at 5:30. You need to be there a little early to sign in. We're going on the 24th, open house for another band coming in. So you need to come out and you need to come out Saturday to the benefit and help us out.
Yep.
Help Tracy Stevens and see what all is going on and see the place. We fixed it up and getting better.
Well, you're a man that knows how to get around, so tell our listeners how they can find the Fleet Reserve.
The best way that most people on Highway 39 going north, when you get to North Hills, just keep going, like you're going out towards Kemper County.
Yeah.
6.5 miles. We're on the top of the hill, and we got a banner out there that shows it. And after you go past the road to turn off to Northeast High School, go another 3/4 mile. We're on the right.
I guess if you just pass, is it Chapel Road or is it Ponta Creek Road?
If you pass Connie Creek Road, you got about 200 yards to go.
All right.
And if you get to Chapel Road, turn around and come back.
All right, there you have it. Between Ponta Creek and Chapel Road, right there on the hill, the Fleet Reserve, and that sounds like a. And by the way, I know not long ago you had a kind of a refurbishment, a paint job, and it looks really sharp up there.
Yes, sir. And for people that knows how to use a GPS, it's 8874 Highway 39 North.
For all yous out there that knows how to use a GPS.
8874 Highway 39.
I got one in the car, but I don't know how to punch it in.
It's like I've got it, but
Yeah. And most of the time, those are good. But sometimes they'll take you down some pretty sketchy
Roads.
Yeah,
Why are you taking me this
You
way?
got to be careful there with that. But 39 is pretty solid. Just 39 north, go past Pond Creek Road, look up on the hill on the right, and you're there.
Just take the whole family out there, have some lunch, and if you don't want to eat lunch, if you want to just give a donation, if you want to just bring by some money to help Miss Teresa out, so.
Yeah,
That's correct.
Anything will help her because I know medical bills pile up, and she means a lot to us here in the community. So
Well, the young lady, if you ever have a chance to meet her or talk to her, the saying goes, she would give your shirt off her back if you needed it. That's when she's there. She used to help anybody that needed help
There you go.
and would not ask for anything in return.
So this is a benefit for Teresa Stevens, sponsored by the Fleet Reserve Association, Branch 264.
plus you get to see Daniel House tomorrow.
I mean, look at that.
I mean, Daniel's a good dude now.
You know that's
So,
true.
and I'm going to tell you one thing about Daniel. He does a lot of these benefit shows, and he's got a big following, and I think he'll draw in a good crowd for you tomorrow. Daniel's just a solid guy here in the community.
Well, the junkyard dogs are pretty good too. They work a lot with Daniel House.
Yeah. So good local music scene that's involved in this as well. So
Yeah, so really a fun Saturday afternoon for you tomorrow.
Yeah, some people know Richard Gig. I think it's Gatewood. He plans on being out there to play. Adrian and Roach, the two guys that used to play, they plan on coming out playing.
Wow.
Just throw out some names.
big day, man. It's gonna be good.
All right.
I like
so
it.
That's more than you get more than just skitty.
We get a salad.
Get a salad,
bread,
and you get a lot of
And
entertainment.
you get a lot of music. Yeah.
That works out
And you
good.
said Teresa's going to try to be there tomorrow for a little while.
She's going to try to be there around 12, 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
and going to try to stay there for at least a couple hours, 3 hours. If she
Okay.
can stay longer, she will, but it's, it depends on how tired she gets.
Yeah, I
That
understand
makes sense.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds good. Well, there you have it, folks. It's the benefit for Teresa Stevens, again at the Fleet Reserve at 8874. That's 8874 Highway 39 North, just past Pond Creek Road. And it's the nice, colorful building up on the hill, Fleet Reserve.
One last comment.
Yes, sir.
If anybody gets lost or need any more information, you can call me at 601 917 1007.
Ah.
Number one guy, 007.
There you go.
Number one guy,
I like that.
007.
This is Ricky Bond Nelson. Yes. 917-1007, right? Very good. Easy. That's easy to work.
Shaken, not stirred.
I like that number. I do like that number. All right, Ricky, good to have you here once again, and you're looking good. I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. So we
For
appreciate it.
85 years old.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good. Now, you're a happy 85. You're not these 85-year-olds that get real kind of like cranky and angry people.
If I get that way, I might pass away. I got to stay happy and active.
That's right. There you go.
Then you guys wouldn't have nowhere to pick on.
Or pick on us.
We got to pick on you. Oh, that's awesome. All right, well, congratulations. We are so glad you're out there, Mr. Ricky, and you just keep on going, and we'll see you Saturday at the spaghetti dinner at the Fleet Reserve.
And if you show up, I'll buy you dinner if you show up.
Wow.
You notice how he said that?
Yeah.
If I show up.
Well, he keeps promising that he's going to come see me, and I haven't seen him yet in 12 years.
Wow.
Oh, you had to do that, didn't you? You had to go there, Ricky.
He knows what he's doing.
All that nice stuff I was just saying about you. Okay. All right. Can you get security escort, Mr.
What security?
I know you're a busy man, especially with that airplane.
We gotta take a break. We'll be back with more of Mornings in Meridian right after this. A year or so ago to visit Lugenbach, Texas.
Lugenbach, Texas.
Yeah,
Waylon and Willie and the boy.
kind of a little wide place in the road there, and got a nice little memorial type, little venue there where people come in, a little general store and buy things, a little performing area. But it's just a, kind of a probably a Neshoba County Fair style type area.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There you go.
We'll put our feet in the mud and have fun.
That's Lukenbach right
you
there.
go.
We're glad you're out there, folks, and we want you to be part of the show. 601-485-9191. Have you been to Lukenbach, Texas? And you probably ought to get back there. That's what Waylon said, right? All right, we're glad you are out there. We want you to be part of the show. 601-485-9191. And we can't tell you enough about how to take care of your plumbing needs. Gary Barber stands ready to make sure you have the right part. He has the instructions of how to install the right part, has a few tips to how you can install it the easiest way possible.
Absolutely. Barber & Sons Plumbing, they've been making plumbers all over the place here in East Mississippi and Lauderdale County. Of course, they sell every type of plumbing part available. And, folks, shop with local folks. Well, I know we talk about that all the time, but Gary Barber, third generation down there at Barber & Sons, Gala Gartman, great staff down there. And if you get stuck on a project, don't go wandering down the big box store aisles trying to find that part that's probably hidden around some corner. And with Gary, he knows exactly what you need and how to get it. And if he doesn't have it, he'll get it to you pretty quick like. And, of course, if you leak a lot of confidence in in your do-it-yourself projects, you can get Gary and the staff to come out to your place and get things done for you on those remodeling jobs. So call him today, 601-482-7023. That is 601-482-7023. He's been making expert plumbers for years. That is our friends over at Barber & Sons Plumbing, or as I like to say, Barber & Sons Plumbing.
The plumber for pirates.
Plumber for pirates.
There you go. Oh, mercy me. All right, on this fun Friday, we, of course, looking ahead to the weekend. We already talked about a great place to get lunch tomorrow.
That's right.
Anything else hitting the agenda for, is this going to be a fun weekend in Meridian? We're just going to sit at home and finish up the Olympics.
Yeah, I know the Olympics finish up this weekend. As far as this weekend goes, I know we got the benefit tomorrow, but I know it's hard to believe football starts next week for some high schools.
Wow.
Already. Can you believe that?
Well, I'm sitting here trying to think about football practice and the weather we've just been having.
Yeah, bless their hearts.
And then I'm thinking about band practice and the weather.
Ooh, bless their hearts, too.
The weather we're
Cheerleaders, all of them. Oof.
On Wednesday at Rotary, we had Dr. Amy Carter speak to us, and it was kind of interesting. She was very enthusiastic about the school district, the start of the year, highlighting some of the new refurbishments, I guess you might say, that's happened over at Ray Stadium and the academics program. I have not set my eyes on the blue turf yet.
Smurf turf?
I have not seen the Smurf turf yet. Have you been out there?
No. No.
And but evidently they've got it. I think she made it clear. She gave instructions to the athletic directors. Take care of the equipment and get us to the playoff. That was kind of a directive.
Well, yeah. Good luck.
But no, it was a good visit. Obviously there's an interest there to try to continue to move the
they tell you
Meridian Public Schools forward.
They tell you the price tag on all that out there at the Ray Stadium.
No, what was it?
The scoreboard costs like
the Tron, what do they call that? The
Jumbotron.
Jumbotron.
Yeah. But then again, we did have that bond issue not too long ago. So
I like the facetiousness that comes in your voice when you give certain reports.
You're welcome. I'll be here all week. Well, the rest of the week.
Rob Atkinson, formerly the voice of the Wildcats.
If only you knew.
And there's a little story to tell about that.
Yep, I'll be glad to sit you down off air and tell you all about it.
I think it'd be more fun on air.
I know it would be.
Let's take a phone call. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Good morning.
Hello, Lefty.
I think the name stuck.
Yeah, I guess it has. Been went to physical therapy one time this week, and doing pretty good. It just hurts a little bit when I wake up, but besides that, it's doing real good. Real pleased with it.
All right, well, good deal.
So, but I thought I would call in this morning. I heard a factoid on one of the news shows last night that y'all have, and they said that, or maybe it was this morning, maybe Fox News earlier, said that California has spent $27 billion trying to deal with the homeless problem. That's with a B now, and it's still not solved. Thank God in Greyhound, I live where I live is all I can say. Can you imagine spending that much money, taxpayers' money, on something that just, I don't know. I don't know what the answer to it is. But
I think the answers go back to Lukenbach, Texas. But listen to the next hour. We can talk about, we have a homeless problem here in Meridian, and we need to figure out what we're going to do about that. So check. It's there you go.
Wow.
Ship 'em to Laurel. Hey,
Ship 'em to Laurel.
all right, we're going to join Fox News, Lefty. Thanks for checking in.
All right, bye-bye.
They're targeting him on
And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the second hour of the two best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Roger B. along with Mr. Rob Atkinson.
Good morning, folks. Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Oh, yeah? Why is it Happy Friday?
Oh, shut up.
Why is it so happy? Well, it's the end of a 5-day work week. If you are a 5-day week worker,
I got to get grass cut. I got to burn up outside. Blah, 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 blah.
the one blessing we've had this week but not having any rain is the grass has slowed down.
True.
That's a good thing.
Silver lining.
Silver lining. But we're probably ready for another shower, aren't we?
Yeah, we do need a little bit of rain. So
any in the forecast that we know of?
This weekend, that would be a big new.
Okay, there you go. Hot and dry for going forward.
Yeah, because they always. I love how these weather forecasts always put like certain apps will put like a 2 or 3% chance. And now it used to be for years it would be like 10, 20. They go by tens.
Yeah.
Now they're putting like, oh, there's a 2% chance. What are you doing?
Oh, mercy.
Yeah, so basically no rain this weekend.
Okay.
And then I was looking actually.
Of course, the people in Florida and South Carolina, North Carolina saying, you can have some of ours.
Exactly. I was looking at the long range forecast for next week. Looks like we're going back up into the upper 90s next week. So enjoy these lower 90s because the upper 90s are coming back.
A little more dose of summer. They want to get nice and hot for football season.
Oh, don't remind me. Yikes.
Now, speaking of football season, folks, I'm going to be interviewing the person who has been the voice of the Lamar Raiders for how long now?
Lose count.
Lose count. So you'll be up there. Is your booth at the Lamar? Is it air conditioned?
It is, but we do a tailgate show at home games for like 30 minutes outside.
Okay.
And that's going to be rather warm. They're going to be like, we go on the air at 6 o'clock with that that tailgate show. It's going to be like 5:58. Where's the guys that do tailgate? Oh, they're up in the air condition. They'll be down here at 5:59 in 30 seconds. So
be sure and have the ice, the water cooler already, so the blow on them and all the rest. That sounds good.
But yeah, these football teams, back to school is here, and all the schools are back in, but they've been practicing, for the last several days, and I cannot imagine. A lot of them go in the early morning. Yeah. And doing the 2-a-day type thing, but yeah, if they do anything in the afternoon, I would think it would have to be very limited.
Now, so you have the air-conditioned booth. Now, what about the person who's calling the game for the field? Do they have an air-conditioned booth?
No, we don't put anybody on the field.
Now, what I mean by that is somebody who's calling the plays for the audience. Or is that what you do?
No, we do the play-by-play. Yeah, okay. That's what we do. So yeah, we're all upstairs.
But you're broadcasting on the radio.
Yeah, radio, and they do all that streaming stuff and everything else. So.
But is there a voice for the actual stands?
Yeah. I don't do that. Somebody else does that.
Who does that?
Mr. David White.
Is David still out there doing that?
David's still doing it.
My goodness, he's been around a while.
If he's listening this morning,
I doubt he
is. He listens from. So, but
he shouldn't.
I'll tell a quick story about David. It was last year, the year before. Our booth is next door to his, where he does all the public address announcing.
Yeah,
and he's doing the big welcome. Hey, welcome to Lamar. Da, 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 da. And then he turns the mic off. Who we playing again? We all just died laughing. So David had his Biden moment.
Who is that?
Who we playing again?
Who's wearing those purple jerseys out there? I don't know. Okay.
Love me some David White, though. He's one of my favorite people in the world.
Well, that sounds good. Of course, the games get underway in the evening where it's fairly, when it cools down a little bit at least, hopefully.
7 o'clock kicks. It's still going to be a little warm. So
yeah, that's true.
I say, well, a little warm for folks in the stands, but those guys wearing the shoulder pads and running around and doing this and doing that, it's going to be tough.
So just to kind of let everybody know a little bit about what you do, you're the voice on the radio for the Raiders.
Uh-huh.
Now, you're also involved in some sports teams at Mississippi State.
Absolutely. I've done that with softball and volleyball, and also out at Meridian Community College with most of their sports, that being baseball, basketball, soccer, and I'm adding volleyball since they're getting a volleyball team this fall. So, and I'm going to do softball for MCC in the spring as well. So it's going to be Pretty busy. As I told folks yesterday here at the station, I said this is my last weekend before, as I like to call it, the gauntlet starts, because next weekend is when football starts, and then after that is when all the other stuff gets going. So the summer is officially coming to a close for yours truly. So
that's why you're a little bit more relaxed. And I noticed, it just took me a while to notice, but you've actually shaved today. Is that right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you had a little beard going. If I remember.
And the gentleman who owns the building yesterday kind of scared me. We were testing some equipment down the hallway, and he stops me, and he says, do you need some money? And I'm like, well, I could always use some extra money. And he says, well, I'm just wondering because you hadn't shaved anything. You need money for a razor. I was like, thanks a lot, Clay.
There you go. I need to see him. I'm glad you mentioned he's here, and he's been here this week.
Yes. All right,
yes. Good deal.
So, but we're getting ready next week. So,
Well, there you have it. So it's I know it's hard to start thinking that way, but here at the first half of August in this heat, we're only a couple of weeks away from getting things started. So the first game is for the
first game is next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah, private schools get started a little bit earlier than public schools. Now, public schools will get started the Thursday and Friday of the end of the month. It'll be the 28th and 29th, or the 29th and 30th, rather.
Okay.
So, and then college football starts here in just a few weeks as well. So, as I've come to call it, the second professional league, college football.
Well, I guess it's kind of, it used to be fun because you knew these people were out there playing for the fun of the game, and they weren't getting these large compensations. But
now
evidently that's all changed.
It's another professional league now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
So remember that as you go to your ball games in the fall.
All right. Well, he's not here today, but hopefully next week we'll visit with Tuscaloosa Ted and just kind of see how he's thinking about, see what he's thinking about the season for Alabama.
He's working his third job so he can pay for those season tickets.
Tickets. He's changing tires down at the
tires
used tire store.
That's right.
Oh man. I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna go. Oh, I just hear him, but he's not here today.
You can tell him how he's gonna go.
I can just see how this is gonna go. Anyway, folks, it's fun to think about. It's the Olympics finishing up and football season coming. It's kind of my sports world.
And the first NFL preseason games are already going. Yeah, the Saints are playing their first preseason game tomorrow night down in New Orleans against the Arizona Cardinals.
I cannot believe this.
Yeah, plug for our friends at TOK. It's going to be on CW, I believe, or TOK, one of the two.
Oh, okay.
There you go. There's your cheap plug.
Who are your friends down at WTOK?
Allegedly, they're friends.
Well, they are. If Jackie's listening, and she does, by the way. Jackie.
It's that Hall fella. I tend to like him okay,
Wait a minute, you talking about Lindsay?
Yeah.
Is he still around? Is Lindsay still around?
Are you trying to send up the Hall bat signal? Is that what you're doing? You're trying to send up the Hall bat signal.
Come on, Lindsay, give me a call. What's going on out there? No, I tell you what.
I love it.
Good guy.
Send up the Hall bat signal.
No, I like
That's a big signal.
We do like the folks down at WTOK.
We do, yeah.
They're good sports, good people. We work together with them because we do. They've been kind to allow us to kind of refer to some of their news stories
That's
to
right.
talk about. And so Jackie Harms, the general manager out there, good lady. And, of course, you mentioned that guy who used
that Hall fella.
He used to do sports a lot, and then he started doing, like, news, then became, like, the news director.
He's something now. I think he's, like, designated flunky now.
He's vice president of whatever.
When he works.
You're going to be holding down the job of vice president of whatever.
That's right.
Whatever we need you to do.
Love it.
All right.
Well,
I hope there's no payback for that.
Getting back to the presidential campaign real quick, did you notice yesterday, it was so quick yesterday, the question and answers at the bottom of the stairs there was Air Force 2 that Vice President Harris flies on. Mm-hmm. She was asked about doing an interview, and she said,
"Government transportation.
We're working with the camp. Maybe something by the end of the month." And I'm like, "It's August 9th, so something by the end of the month."
I'm talking with my team.
But now,
I'm talking with my team about doing something.
But now here's the news story this morning. If they do an interview, Politico is reporting this a few moments ago. that if an interview is done, she will not do it one-on-one. She will have a interview with her vice presidential pick, Waltz. So it'll be two people. So she has somebody to lean on.
Democrat strategist coming through again, because that's exactly what they see. They know that stand alone without a teleprompter, Kamala Harris could be disastrous.
Yep. So that's the word now, is if she does an interview, it would be basically she would team up with Waltz and they would do the interview together.
We're having the Caesar word salad of the day.
Caesar.
We could have the different word salads of the day.
Word, French one day, and Thousand Island.
Okay.
Little honey Dijon.
Yeah.
Honey mustard.
It doesn't matter what you say, as long as you just mix it all up and leave people thinking, okay.
And also, too,
I mean, I've been doing that for 16 years here, so it's okay.
On the back end of that story right there about Politico reporting that this morning, the New York Times is also reporting that the Harris campaign says, why do we need to do an interview? We have TikTok.
So here's a major newsprint outlet.
Yeah, New York Times.
Basically endorsing a Chinese social media outlet.
TikTok. Yeah, the Harris campaign. We don't do an interview. We'll just do TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they're right, but do they own part of TikTok? Is this what that's about? Why would you do that?
If you dig deep enough, they might.
Yeah. You don't have to come on Mornings in Meridian when you can always do Facebook. You know, it's like I'm starting to start. You know, it's like being that stupid. You know,
I agree.
I mean, those of you on Facebook, I apologize.
Sorry,
not trying to run you off, but I'm just saying, you know, if you are a medium that you know, why would you do that?
Well, let me ask you. Let me turn this around on this whole thing. But if you wanted to get a job, wouldn't you have to do a job interview? I'm not saying that a interview with a media outlet would be like a job interview, but it would be a component of the job interview.
Rob.
No, I know.
You're talking about a person who is employed by you, who did not need the interview because the criteria for the job was to be a woman of color. You're talking to the woman who had the job because she was a woman of color and now is the presumed presidential nominee by her party because the party encouraged the one that the people voted for to step aside. So now she is eased into this position. I don't know why she would ever even want an interview or need an interview, because her career in Washington has been just one. And I'm sorry.
Let me put it another way here. Talk about her career in Washington. Just look at her background before she ever got to Washington. That'll make your skin crawl a little bit.
How'd she become senator in California? Is that a skin crawling story?
A little bit.
Mornings at Meridian, 601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Morning, guys. I had a signal that I need to give you guys a call. Y'all were calling out for all your old guests to call.
Yes. Good.
Lindsay Hall, you know.
We were talking a little bit about Lindsay, but you know, we can do that endearingly because Rob and I we both admire and respect and love Lindsay.
How's the neck, Sheriff?
It's still sore. But I'm trying my best to be a good patient. I went back over yesterday to see another doctor in the same clinic, and they immediately said, "Aren't you supposed to be wearing a collar?" I said, "I'm old. I can't remember what the doctor told me to do."
You know, and it's kind of funny. They asked your wife what about the pain in her neck, and she said, "Well, he's at the doctor's office."
Wow. Shots fired.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. It was kind of a little setup there. No, it's good. It's good to hear from you, sir. Retired Sheriff of Lauderdale County, Mr. Billy Solly.
Listen, I know you have listeners that know everything, such as Chuck.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
I've got a question for Chuck that I need him to give me an answer to. Wife and I went to the coast here recently for a concert, and on the way back, I noticed that from Wiggins to almost Hattiesburg, there on 49, which is a state highway, they have U-turns with the signs Wiggins. I mean, you get almost to Hattiesburg, and the state of Mississippi spent money putting a U-turn paved drive.
Yeah, it's these limited access U-turns where you can't directly cross the intersection there.
You know, why would they wait till you get almost to Hattiesburg to do one going back to Wiggins?
Now, why would this be a significant question for the gentleman from Clark County?
He's one of them state employees that takes care of them highways.
Oh, okay. So that explains it then. He's employed by the state.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know
I
Chuck had.
I may be incorrect, but I believe that's correct.
I didn't know Chuck had a government job.
Whether he is employed there or not, we know Chuck knows everything, so he would have the answer.
Okay. I guess they just turn. Yeah, I know. You know what kind of intersections they're talking about. It's like what they put here on Highway 39 as you got closer to the Coca-Cola bottling company. There's those turn one direction crossovers. Well, they've done that all up and down Highway 49, and they show you. Turn around, go back to Wiggins.
Go back to Wiggins when you're almost to Hattiesburg.
Boy, that's a good one. Well, what else? What other landmark would they give between those points, though? There's not a whole lot there unless you're counting. What's
How about if you're dumb enough to miss Wiggins, 40 miles ago?
That is pretty dumb.
Drive on to Hattiesburg and save me some tax dollars.
Why not just make all the signs the Gulf Coast? If you want to go back to the Gulf Coast, just
if you're going to Hattiesburg and you got to go back to the Gulf Coast, you are just dumb. I mean,
Cuba that way, South America that way. Well, I hope that we can put that question forth too, and we'll do that next time he calls. That's fair enough, I suppose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just know Chuck knows everything, so I thought, call him out on it.
I always know there's a song that's always out there in our good old country genre called "Too Hot to Fish" and "Too Hot to Go." Is it really too hot to fish right now?
Not if you go at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Ah, okay. Just checking. Just see how you're doing.
And you know exactly where the brim are located, sir. It's a blast.
Oh, wow. There you go. Sounds good. Now, made light, of course, speaking about the missus, but how is Miss Solly doing?
Booking cruises. Booking cruises.
Booking cruises.
Yep.
Wow.
He's got us one planned for this fall, two planned for next year.
Wow.
Where's Christmas going to be this year?
Well, we haven't made anything for Christmas yet, but you tell me, guys, we're flying up to New York and going to do a cruise in September. And she ordered me a new T-shirt, and I'm trying to decide if I need to wear this T-shirt or not up to New York, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You may have seen it on Facebook. She's posted it on Facebook. My T-shirt says Outlaw Hillbilly 2024, Take America Back. Y'all think I need to wear that to New York?
I think you should, Sheriff. I think you should wear that right down in Times Square.
Well, I told somebody that, and they said, make sure you have video.
Right. Video of that, please.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Now, the surgery went well.
Good.
In fact, I'm fixing to go in the gym and get on the treadmill and walk a couple of miles as the doctor has directed me to do so. But, when you told the department on your back for 28 years, you just wore the back out and had to get some replacement parts.
Yeah. Well, glad to hear it's going well.
Going well. I'm just waiting for the next surgery.
There you go.
As in N-E-C-K, not N-E, or NEXT, not NECK.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you
The
go.
next.
Next.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
But
All
so
right,
other.
guys, y'all behave yourselves.
Well,
Good
it sounds like retirement is suiting you well, sir.
It is. I just left the department. I brought the new sheriff some lunch today. The wife had made some salad that he likes, and I just brought it by to make sure he stays well nourished and everything.
Good deal. Well, sir, anytime we do send out an old listener signal, just feel free to call in. We appreciate it so much. Thank you for doing that, sir.
Well, you guys take care and have a blessed weekend.
Yes,
You
sir.
too, sir.
All right. Good to hear from you, Sheriff. Retired.
Take care, sir.
Retired, Sheriff. Billy Solly. We'll be right back. Stay with us. It's Mornings in Meridian. Disco got a bad rap.
I wish I could sing that loud all the time.
Hey, that's a little twist of words there. Disco got a bad rap.
Ooh.
All right. Now a little Bee Gees here. Take us a little back into the 70s and 80s there. Mornings in Meridian, Roger, along with Rob on this fun Friday. We're glad you're out there. It's the 9th of August, and we're just speeding into this month. I mean, mercy. Look at the time. Look how it flies.
Yeah.
A big thank you to A&A Glass.
Absolutely. Big thanks to A&A Glass, of course. Adam Carmichael and Adam McCree, I tell you what, they have been doing glass right for a long, long time. And, of course, that new location, well, it's new to a lot of folks here in Meridian, at 217 22nd Avenue, a couple of doors now from the Children's Museum, or as we like to say here at ALT, Sela Ward Parkway, and go by and see them, and they'll get that little crack fixed on your windshield or wherever it's a rock peck, whatever it might be, and they'll work with the insurance companies as well down there at A&A. So drop by and see them. The shop is open right now till 4 o'clock this afternoon. They're the best in town, and they proved it year in and year out. That's 217 22nd Avenue, A&A Glass, or call them ahead at 601-693-GLASS. That's 601-693-4527.
Mornings in Meridian. Let's take a phone call. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Hey, it's Lefty again.
Hey, Lefty again.
Rob, I didn't know you could hit highs that high. I'll tell you right now.
That hurt. I could pull something.
Well, yeah, I didn't get y'all's feedback on what y'all thought about my Laurel idea and having all the homeless rounded up and taken dropped off down there. You think isn't that what they used to do? Is load them up and just take them to another town? Didn't they used to?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they handled it before, but I know that they will linger where they feel safe and welcomed.
There's a lot of them that feel that way in Meridian.
Well, the key indicator is if they're on a bicycle with a backpack or just walking with a backpack, you better keep your eyes peeled if you got anything out in the yard that can get rehomed.
Well, I mean, I'll give you a story. A couple of days ago, I was pumping gas here in Meridian, and a woman pulled up right next to me and was pumping right next to me. And one of those guys on a bicycle was at the pump, and he was talking to himself and doing all this and that. And I told the woman, I said, don't pump gas here. Go around here where I can watch him, and just did not feel safe for her to be right there next to that guy because there's a lot of them folks around town. So.
Yeah, they may just have a episode right there in front of you.
You don't know. I mean, I told her, I said, you're on that side of your vehicle pumping where I can't see you and not a lot of folks can see you. And I said, if something happened, she's like, oh, I totally agree. And I said, be aware of where you are at in this town.
That's right. Keep that head on a swivel.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought I'd call in and say, man, y'all are starting to do Bee Gees songs now. I said, oh, wait a minute, that is the Bee Gees.
You buy a certain brand of underwear, you can sing like that.
You darn right.
That's for sure. That's for sure. I never thought anybody could sing higher than Frankie Valli.
There you go.
But they got him bested, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Anyway. Well, I'm listening. Y'all keep it rolling.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. 601-485-9191. That's our talk line.
What do you think about that? Ship 'em to Laurel.
Ship 'em to Laurel. Is that a song?
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
I know we brought up this issue on the program before about the homeless issue here in Meridian. So.
Well, there's a song talking about Laurel being a smelly town. You remember that song? See, it was one of our own, actually. Steve Forbett wrote that song.
Yeah,
you heard of that?
I have.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, it could kind of go along with that.
Ship 'em to Laurel.
Of course, many of us remember. You could be traveling. You're with your parents up the interstate, and you could be asleep in the back of the car, but when you smelled the Masonite plant. Here's the way you could always tell where you were. When you come through Laurel, they had to slow down for the sharp S turn that was there.
Right.
That's been removed now. But you could always smell the Masonite plant. Then you could tell when you got to Meridian, because when you did there, you could smell the combination, the combo. You had the creosote plant there on Highway 11 next to the airport, and right down from that is you had the sewage processing taking place at the sewer plant.
Oh, it smells like
So
Meridian.
you took that and kind of mixed it with the creosote, and when that wafted into the car windows, and oh yeah, we're in Meridian. Okay, so it was you gotta. Your olfactory could tell you where you were on the interstate back in the day.
Yeah, but going back to that story a couple of mornings ago, whenever I was pumping the old gasoline into the vehicle, I mean, that could have been a scary moment. You don't know. You just don't know about those kind of situations.
Well, the thing is, just make sure you don't give opportunity for a situation like that.
Exactly.
And like you said, don't.
I was like, get over here. Get on.
Yeah.
If you necessarily have to pump gas, get away from that particular individual.
Well, and I did something stupid because people that know me, they're not surprised, but I was telling a homeless guy to get off the back deck of my property downtown, and then I kind of turned my back, and he walks behind me. I said, "Oh, I don't know why I did that."
Yeah.
I guess I was just kind of like not thinking clearly, but anyway, it was fine. It was just, but that's one thing I've been doing since I've closed the business. We've been chasing vagrants out of the property, and it's just been one mess after another. And so it's a problem that hopefully one day soon, when we tear the property down, it's coming soon. Coming soon, we're going to be tearing down the property.
What do you call that? Loitering? Or
trespassing, destroying private property, breaking and entering. You call it all kind of things, but it's just one thing. Don't get me started. Let's take a phone call. 601-485-9191. Good morning, caller.
Hey, man, it's been a while. I've been out here working too hard to call y'all, but I'm trying to get through today.
Well, I guess you heard me talking about you yesterday.
Yeah, we did mention yesterday.
I missed it, man. What'd you say?
Well, we had the Command Master Chief here on the radio show, and
I met him.
we talked about another Master Chief who retired, who calls in from time to time.
Yep.
What did I say? I just need to know because even though he's in the active Navy, the Navy goes by the day you put on your anchors.
Mm-hmm.
I put mine on in '85, so I got a feeling I got him beat.
We mentioned yesterday, and he kind of gave us a little sly grin there.
He started out in '99.
Yeah, '99.
Oh yeah, then I've got him about 14 years.
I told him that you were responsible for making sure they had potable water up there.
Oh, he knows me then because he goes to the meetings with me.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do the quarterly meetings, but you were talking about things smelling bad. I was down in Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And you know what a pogey plant is, right?
No, I don't know what a pogey plant.
They got a lot of fishing boats. Well, they bring in what they call trash fish, anything they catch that not a food fish. It's just fish. So they grind it there at a pogey plant to make cat food out of it. And there was a paper mill about 2 miles down the road. So you talking about creosote smelling bad? I got some for you, son. Go down to Pigula on a nice wafty day and get a lung full of pogey water. That paper plant.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Pogey and paper.
Oof.
Oh, it's terrible, man. You ain't never. And then there's some stuff I cleaned out of a bilge in the Navy, but we ain't gonna talk about that. I still don't know what that was.
Well, are we gonna say that that pogey is like the same as like chum?
Technically it could be, but it's usually a few days old. It's not fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that fresh.
I guess that's why my sense of smell is substandard now because. Things just don't bother me. My poor old wife will go, "Oh my goodness, are you okay?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I need a shower or whatever. Been out cutting the yard,
That sounds like a good project for Dirty Jobs guy to go down.
Oh yeah, Mike Rowe.
yeah. It'd probably run him off. Pogey plant? Oh my gosh, I'm talking about. It stunk so bad. I mean, it'd run a skunk off of a corn pile. It was terrible.
I'm just wondering what it would be like to tour one of those pet food plants.
Oh. Well, I'll let you do that. And you can write a report on it.
Right.
I don't feel like doing it.
I understand. No, I like I said, I haven't done the dirty jobs thing, but I've done some dirty jobs, but not quite like that.
Man. Because I lived in Gaucher. When I first retired, I worked in a shipyard building them LHDs.
Yeah.
The helicopter carrier, the dock landing helicopter carrier. One of them was number 6. I was working on her, and she's the one that burnt in San Diego.
Was that the Arleigh Burke class?
No, Arleigh Burke is a tin can. An LHD is a mini carrier. Come on, you're killing me. Come on, man.
Killing me, Smalls.
It's a
Look.
landing helicopter dock, LHD.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a helicopter carrier.
Okay.
But you see what's working for us. You know, we're converting. We're getting away from the F-18 eventually, going to VSTOL, which is going to be your 22 and your 35s.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need a cat. So the LHDs, which are
let me just translate what you just said. What he's saying is we're going to VSTOL, which is basically vertical or short takeoff and landing aircraft, and so they won't need a cat means they won't need a catapult.
Exactly.
Okay. There. Please continue.
You mean there's folks out there that don't know how to speak Navy? Oh my goodness.
There are, and we're just making sure that they stay up with your conversation, sir.
Okay. Well, anyhow, we got airplanes that don't need catapults anymore.
Yeah.
And they can, but the only problem with it is you got to tank them as soon as you launch them.
Boy, that's the thing about it. A lot of fuel to lift a plane off the ground like that.
You're coming off the ground with I don't know how much they weigh. You know, a dadgum F-14 Tomcat was like a 31-ton aircraft. You know that, right?
I know they were. I know they were mighty heavy when they're fully dressed out.
Have you ever had the joy of watching one do a launch at like midnight?
Yes.
Cat shot.
Yes.
When I was on the USS Mississippi, we escorted the Nimitz, and she would. Our captain would steer the ship within 200 yards of a carrier.
Yeah.
He was out of his mind. We love this guy. At midnight, watching them punch out birds, launch aircraft, and then twin jets of blue fire going straight up in there about 80 to 90 feet. Man, it was wild. I love that stuff.
One of the memories I have is being afforded the opportunity to be on the Eisenhower off of Cherry Point and watching F-18 night night qualifications, I should say, carrier qualifications. But just stand up there on the crow's nest watching it happen, and oh my goodness,
In my Navy, it's called Vulture's Row.
That's what it is, Vulture's Row. That's what it is.
Yeah, Vulture's Row. Yeah.
That's what it was. I said crow's nest, didn't I?
You did indeed.
Yeah.
You're going back a couple of years, Johnny Deppish kind of thing.
Johnny Deppish kind of.
But anyway, we're sitting up on Vulture's Row watching nighttime qualifications on F-18s. Yeah, those you could roast a couple of bags of marshmallows off of those burners.
Yeah, hey, do you know there's one peculiarity about launching an FA-18? Do you know what it is?
No.
Hands-free.
Oh.
They are not allowed to touch the controls until the bird is off the deck. How do you like them peanuts?
Wow.
My son-in-law is a Marine Corps pilot, and he was a pilot, for an 18, and I learned that from him. And I got to watching the videos. He goes, watch these pilots. They'll reach up and they'll grab these, these hand holes like on your truck, for when you're, like when your wife's driving.
Yeah, a little handle up top. Yeah.
Well, they got those on the lower end of the cockpit, and you'll see them grab it. They will not launch that bird till he puts both hands on it.
Wow.
And why is that?
Because the computer is actually launching the bird.
Mm-hmm.
The pilot does not take over until the aircraft is off the deck and out of the cat.
Okay, very good. Very good information.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, is there anything else you want to argue about?
No. Am I hearing this? This is a little bit whole different thing, but am I seeing some stories that they may very well have found Amelia Earhart's plane?
I haven't heard that. I read up on it. They got a sonar picture of a twin-engine aircraft.
Yeah.
And, that was a Lockheed Electra.
Yeah.
You know what was funny about that? The Lockheed Electra was the state of the art during this period of time. And after she disappeared, the Japanese put a twin-engine bomber out called a G4M Mitsubishi. Mm-hmm. We nicknamed it a Betty. Remember I told you that we named the bombers girl names and the fighters boy names.
Oh, okay.
And it was called a Betty, and the Japanese called it Humangi, which means cigar, because it looks like a daggone cigar, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Oh, they were deadly aircraft. They were one of the ones that helped eliminate or sink the battle cruiser Repulse and the battleship Prince of Wales on December the 10th off of Singapore. But I know you already know about all that.
Sure, yeah.
He's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, in fact, I was just telling my wife about it the other day. Yeah,
women are strange. I don't know what they hear about that stuff.
I'll tell you. Now, is it true that the Itasca, that was a Navy vessel, right?
Yes, it was actually a Coast Guard ship, wasn't it?
Now, it could be. And is part of the reason maybe why there could have been a navigational error on the part of Amelia Earhart is because the battery for the homing station was not charged?
Dead.
Yeah.
Right, it went dead. I remember that. I remember that well. You know, we had a couple of battle wagons out there looking for her. The Colorado, number 45, and number 43 maybe.
Yeah. But evidently they were supposed to be homing in on that signal from the Itasca, and you know, somebody kind of fell asleep at the wheel, so to speak.
Yeah, coasties now, them puddle pirates are.
Okay, all you.
You gotta be you got to be 6 foot tall to join the Coast Guard, and that way, if a vessel sinks, you can wade ashore.
This is a call out for the Coast Guard station over in Demopolis to come over here and meet the senior chief.
I'm gonna tell you the brutal truth. It's fun to pick on them, but them boys do a wonderful job. I'm not trying to patronize them, but the work they do, I wouldn't want to involve it. But of course, I'm gonna call them names and pick on them. You ought to hear me some of the things we call Air Force pukes.
Oh, I know there's a lot of good, healthy rivalry between the services, and I think that's a good thing. That's fun. That's fun.
It is. It's all in fun, and if they get mad about it, then you just don't talk to them anymore.
Say, okay, he can't take it. I got you.
That's right. If he can't take it, to leave him alone, he'll detonate on you.
Oh, there you go. All right.
All right. So, are we done, or is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything except about you can't ask me if I know how women think. I don't ask me that.
No, I think it's good to hear from you, but we do have to take a break. So I'm glad you checked in, and don't be a stranger.
All right, thank you, sir. We'll see you and have a good day.
Carry on, Senior Chief.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Mornings in Meridian. We'll be right back. Can't be wrong. That's right. Marshall Tucker. The Marshall Tucker Band. Glad you're back here, folks, with us. Roger along with Rob.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
I'll tell you what, you know, a lot of people vote with their stomach, and you know where they go?
Yeah, I know exactly where they go.
Where do they go, Rob, when they vote with their stomach?
Exit 150, the Magnolia Restaurant inside the Queen City Truck Stop, and vote with your stomach today and vote for fried catfish fillets. That's right, it is Fish Friday down there at the Magnolia Restaurant. They've also got chicken wings, red beans, and sausage over rice with a couple of vegetables. How about hamburger steak? One of those classics with onion and gravy. Just a great lunch menu today, and they'll start serving all those items and more at 10:30 this morning. And before that, hey, grab you some breakfast down there at the Magnolia Restaurant. Of course, they've got other great lunch and dinner items like the Biggie Burger and a variety of other po' boy sandwiches as well. So go by and see them, or if you need to do a to-go order, call them ahead of time at 601-482-0259. That's 482-0259. It's Meridian's unofficial lunch counter. That is the Magnolia Restaurant at the Queen City Truck Stop, and they've always got Fox News on the tubes while you're there enjoying your meal at the Magnolia Restaurant, Queen City Truck Stop on Fish Friday.
Cena checking in about the homeless. You know, we talked about sending them to Laurel.
Yeah.
He said, why stop there? Send them on down to NOLA.
NOLA?
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, just a thought. Mornings in Meridian. We were glad you're out there. And, of course, I want to say a big thank you to the Carr family. They are some fine Christian folks. They run a great company over there called Trucker Supply right there on Highway 19. They're right next to the Golden Arches. And they, you know, I know that you walk into the store and you are going to find something you need and you're going to find things you want. So just because, you know, while they have great prices and great products, you're going to want to buy some stuff.
As when you think tools, you always think Milwaukee, and of course, Yeti products. You know, I mentioned football is rolling back in pretty soon. If you're going to be tailgating at some of these ball games, be sure you got your Yeti products ready, especially those coolers and those mugs to keep yourself hydrated at the ball games. And of course, truckers love the Milwaukee Superstore sign that's out there now, right there by the business. And of course, they've also got a couple of nice flags that fly on a couple of poles there right down the way from truckers that I kind of admire. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, indeed.
So, but yeah, good folks down there at Truckers. Go by and see them at 519 Highway 19 South. Milwaukee headquarters and Yeti headquarters is down there at Truckers, and also Hotsy pressure washers as well. If you got a project to do, they got those in stock as well.
And while you're talking about tailgating, they can, if you want a toolbox to carry some supplies in the back of your pickup truck, you can get a toolbox to put back there.
Do it to it.
All kinds of things at Trucker Supply.
That's right.
We're so glad you're out there, folks, and it's been a fun Friday. Thank you for taking us along with you. But now it looks like Glenn Beck is pulling up in the parking lot, and he doesn't look happy.
Well, he creeps me out because he's like Wilson from Home Improvement. He just kind of peeks through the window, and you don't see his full face. So
he just lets you know he's here. He wants to be on next. So, but that's good. We have Glenn Beck next, followed by Buck Sexton and Clay Travis. And then don't forget Sean Hannity at 2. And then at 5 o'clock, who's your guy? Who's your man?
Joe Pags.
That's right. A lot of great talk radio up ahead. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you on Monday.
See you, folks.
How about we say goodbye?
Yep.
And bye local.